Hi guys, welcome to my channel once again. I wanted to pop in and talk, or I should say answer a question that I was recently asked, where someone asked me, how did you go from being this wild, promiscuous girl to being completely moral and loving Jesus and Christ and all that? And if you're listening, if you're the person that asked me this question and you're listening, I wanted to tell you that it's not a switch. It's not something that you just switch on and off. It's something that is progressive. I'll share with you this. In A New Breed of Women, which is the book that I recently released this year, I spoke of a specific time in my life where I was very crazy. It was this, I was on a boat ride with friends, and I remember we were taking shots, we were drinking, having fun. And I remember that just something, every time I drank, something came over me, and it was not me. I usually tell people that I get into this dark headspace where I don't come out of, and I can't control it. So I become that. I call it that Maritza. I became that Maritza, and I took off all my clothes, and I was wearing a bathing suit under, but I was the only girl on that boat. It was it's late at night. I was the only girl on that boat with a bathing suit, flirting and messing around with some guys. And they were taking pictures of me. I was completely provocative. And every time I was in that dark headspace, I was very driven to be porn-like. Mainly because that's what men like. That's the desire that men have, and that was my goal. When I was young and I was very promiscuous and wild, with all my actions, what I was really trying to say is, I just want to be loved. I want a man to see me and say, wow, she's beautiful. I want to be admired. I want to be desired, but not just sexually. I wanted to be loved. I wanted the attention, and that Maritza got me that attention. And even though it was just for a short period of time, for that moment, I felt important. I felt like I mattered. And that was obviously a fake sense of confidence, a fake sense of worth. But at the time, it did the job. It was the pill that I had to take in order to get what I needed at the time. It came to a point in my life where I didn't want that anymore. I didn't want to be that Maritza. I didn't want to have to drink to the point of completely getting faded, not knowing what was going on, and having sex with different guys. It got to a point where I was so desperate, I just prayed and I asked God, there has to be a different way. I can't just live my life like this. And surely enough, he answered. Someone invited me to church. Well, my sister invited me to church. And from there on, everything completely changed. It was slow. It took many years, but it did change me. And church didn't change me, but my journey with God, the talks that I had with God, the conflicts, just all my struggles, all the questions that I had, everything, all my past, the brokenness, the abuse, the way that I lost my virginity. It was not romantic. It was just I was an object, pretty much. It wasn't rape, it wasn't abuse, but still, it wasn't romantic. It wasn't what I had dreamed up in my mind. So I'm sharing this because to go from promiscuous to moral, a lot of things have to happen in between. You have to want it. You have to want to be different, and you have to want to live out a different life. Worst thing about being promiscuous is that over time, you see yourself as an object. Your body is just an object. You're just a thing. Society and a culture like the one that we're living in today, everything is sex, everything is sexualized. I just want to speak to the young women, the young girls, that you are loved, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you're important to our Heavenly Father. You don't have to put yourself in a position where you're carrying out different sexual encounters just to try to feel that love, that comfort, that you matter, that you're beautiful. You don't have to do that. You were created with a purpose. You do have a purpose, and you're wonderfully and beautifully made. I just pray for you. I pray that you encounter Jesus, and you encounter the love of God, because the love of God is what breaks any strongholds, any soul ties, any chains that has you a slave to the sex, to that lifestyle, to the drugs, to the drinking. So that's my prayer for you today, and stay tuned for my next video. Subscribe to my channel, and God bless.